Alright everybody, so here we are. It's gonna be kind of a bit tiresome. It is actually a bit tiresome, but never mind. Maybe it could be because of my bad health. Right now not feeling that much good to just simply code, but I will code. It's not like I will stop it here. But one thing I just wanted to discuss over here, that whenever I'm logging in or whenever I'm just registering the user over here, so I'm actually sending the refresh token to the user. Again, all these things are done by the tutor, so I'm just simply following him. But usually we need the access token, right? So on the front end side or on the client side, I'm saving the refresh token. But usually what happens that we need to save the access token over there. Using access token, you should be able to just simply authorized to just simply access the page, ultimately authenticated to access the page, authenticated to be able to just get the services and all. And whenever the access token gets expired, after that we are gonna be sending a request to the like a refresh token route, and that particular route will send us the refresh. It's confusing, I mean seriously. First of all, so far how I've been doing, so it's been like I have been just generating simple one token, and that token call it anything. So there used to be just only one token, and I used to just simply send that token to the client side. That token used to be saved in the cookies, and whenever I send any request to the server, so I used to send that particular token with the cookie, and in the middleware that token would be used to be checking the user whether the user is authenticated or not. But this time I'm doing something new, and something new in the sense I'm using two things. First one is the access token, second one is the refresh token. Overall idea is clear that access token will be used for accessing the page and all, and refresh token will be used when access token actually expires. So whenever your access token expires, at that time once you with the help of the refresh token, you will be able to just simply generate the new access token. Okay, and I'm not sure how it is going to be used right now. It's okay, I'm simply kind of setting the refresh token in the cookies. That simply means while sending a request to the server, I will be sending this refresh token to the server, and using this refresh token, what will I be doing? Will I be generate, because refresh token will mainly be used for creating a new access token. That is interesting. If you know that, that's amazing. I don't know well, honestly speaking. I have never worked with this particular. I knew it, like they do exist, access token and refresh token, but this is my first time working with the access token and refresh token. So no doubt I have a doubt in this particular thing, like exactly how they are going to be used. How am I just gonna be refreshing the access token with the help of the refresh token and all? No doubt in future, of course, in further coming in couple of days, all the things are gonna be clear. But right now I have just this a little bit doubt. If you know that, that's amazing. I don't know that yet, but I will be knowing that very soon. So this is the kind of to-do that I have to have in my to-do list. So ultimately I can say over here, or just maybe at the top, this is just gonna be a to-do for me. Know more about the flow of access token and refresh token. But okay, soon it's gonna be clear. By theoretically it's gonna be hard, but once I do it practically and exactly I see the flow, this is how actually user is being authenticated, then things are gonna be clear. For now, let it be like this. I'm just simply gonna be following the tutor blindly for now. And once the flow is clear, once everything is set up, things are automatically going to be clear. So I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so this is it. By the way, so far I have I am done with register. And one more thing, as soon as the user registers, the user is automatically logged in. Why? Because of course I'm setting the token in the cookie, right? So once the token is set in the cookie, that simply means the user will be logged in directly. So the user is logged in directly after registering, and apart from that particular thing, if the user logs out for some reason, after that if user wants to just simply sign in or log in, so the user can do the same too. So this is how I'm just simply getting the things done right here. But later, and one more thing, the most important thing is here, that I'm using something called create HTTP. I'm using HTTP errors. I hope I have that here. Don't I have? Then I should be having it here. I'm not, I don't have it here. Then API, sorry, app.js, I should be having it somewhere here. So I'm using this HTTP errors. It is mainly used for creating the errors. So it's like you don't have to write code for creating the errors or handling the errors. This is the package that already exists. So using this particular package, you can just simply get the things done. Having and so far, if I talk about my way, so I used to simply create first of all error handler that used to handle the errors at the end of the day, and that's the same thing I have done over here. Again, this is kind of the simplest way ever. You could have done more things over here. You could have even make it better. You could have made it better, but okay, this is the simplest way the error handle can ever be created. And the thing is that it will always work. Why it will always work? Because you will definitely send the status as well as the message in the error. Only these things are gonna be sent, mainly because I'm using this create HTTP error. Okay, so whenever there's any error, so using this create HTTP errors, ultimately this is the package. Using this particular error, I'm actually just simply throwing the error at that time. That simply means all the time the error is gonna be of this type, and I can just simply, it will never ever throw any error, because of course the error will contain the status as well as the message. That's very, I mean 99.99% cases, because as long as I'm using this create HTTP server, create HTTP error method or kind of way to just simply create the errors, it will work. And as soon as I just throw new errors in the sense, maybe I'm creating the error directly on my own without the help of this particular package, at that time of course I will have to customize it. I will have to check the type of error over here, that whichever type of error I'm getting, whether it is the type of MongoDB related stuff, or it is the type of error, or it is none, then I will be just customizing the things on my own. So this is how things are actually they go to. So that was it. Now let's continue from here on. I will keep watching, I will keep learning. It's not like I'm gonna stop it over here, because at the end of the day I have to give this to 5 hours to this particular project, and guess what, I have only given 2.5 an hour. That means 2.5 an hour are still remaining. Let's continue. I mean, there's no way to stop, right? So let's continue with that. But yeah, code has been quite easy so far. It's not like there are quite hard thing here. The thing that I'm actually waiting for, that is using WebRTC. WebRTC is something that I have just recently learned, and this project will definitely use that, but that is again far away from here. So it's better for me to just simply get everything done as soon as possible and move to the WebRTC section, where I'm actually working on the functionality of video calling and all. That is something new for me. Otherwise these things I've done many times, so understandable. Okay, by the way, let's continue. Alrighty, you must be wondering exactly what am I doing here. But a bad news. This is really a bad news actually. Let me share the screen now for. Actually, this is the crazy stuff. Then I'd have to go with some other options. I should be able, I mean, I know WebRTC, that simply means I can even complete this course at the end of the day. But that's not yet. I mean, there are many things remaining. Let me show you that what exactly that is. So if I actually show you my Chrome right now, and if I just I hope I'm not logged in on Udemy over here. This is not the one. So I must not be logged in on Udemy. Let's even check whether I'm logged in or not. Turns out I'm not logged in. Forget about login and all at all. I'm just simply gonna be looking for that particular course. And there is a problem with the no, not gonna be logging in. First of all, light mode. WhatsApp clone. I've been following one of the courses from here, but that's not complete yet. Seriously, this was the one. And when was it uploaded? Last updated in 2024. I thought it, even there are many things like it was made in 2024. That simply means most of the packages have been updated, so you will have to make many changes on your own. So if you know that, that simply means you will be able to make the changes, otherwise you will not be. But what I thought that just recently I learned about WebRTC. I actually thought that WebRTC is going to be used over here for making the calls and all, but no way. WebRTC is not being used here. It's like directly using WebSocket, I mean socket.io. They're just simply getting the things done. But it is like kind of a demo WhatsApp, because the calls are not actually taking places over here. It's like using socket.io. You are just making changes in the UI and saying that this is the video call, but that is not the video call. Video call in the sense you are actually able to talk to the people directly, and I'm not sure whether that's exactly happening here. Sending files, okay, we are able to send the files. Again, all these things are happening using socket.io, and no, I'm not getting WebRTC anywhere here. So I didn't even have a look at the content before starting it. Build WhatsApp clone, React.js, Node.js, MongoDB, socket. WebRTC, he mentioned WebRTC, but this course is not completed yet. Literally. If there's any course on YouTube, I mean Udemy, that should be completed. But this one is not completed. It's like from here onwards he had to use WebRTC. He didn't use them, and that's it. It ended just right here. So what other option do I have now? One thing is clear, I have to make the clone of WhatsApp, but using this particular way, I will only reach this particular level where I'm actually able to just do these many things. Even when it comes to video call, this particular section is not quite done. I'm ending call with the help of the socket.io. So as soon as I click on the end button, so using socket.io, a message is sent to the other peer knows that okay, user clicked on the end button, let's end the call. End the call. So this is how the things are actually happening right here. Not really using WebRTC at all. Okay, this is one of them. How about the other ones? I'll have to just spend money. Okay, just calm down first of all. Seriously man, you should have mentioned it there. WhatsApp clone up must be using WebSocket, PHP, FSQL. Okay, not really quite important for me. PHP. This was the course that I actually completed for learning WebRTC. Create WhatsApp clone in React Native. Again, this is not for the web. Mastering WebRTC, make a video chat app. React clone WhatsApp, React router hooks. React clone WhatsApp, React router hooks, not really. Build Facebook clone, build WhatsApp clone chat, not for Android. Most of them are just for Android. That simply means for website there's no clone of WhatsApp web clone from scratch with React.js. This is just a simply clone of front end. It is Django WhatsApp clone with video and audio calls. Literally, are you the one covering it? The ratings are really low. Let's see what all he has covered. So as per him, you got to be kidding me. Is this way you are gonna be covering this stuff? Within 5 hours you covered the clone of WhatsApp? Crazy. He didn't cover anything at all. Never mind. But there are so many students enrolled. Great content, really well explained. Literally, come on. I'm not gonna be logging in. But what all has he covered? Preview, login, register, recycle, testing app done, user, profile, chat. This is just the front end part, that's it, if I'm not wrong. So he's just covering the WhatsApp clone video and audio calls, but using front end only, that nothing else. Okay, turns out I will not find any video as easily. That simply means I will have to work on this functionality on my own, but I will work. Don't worry, the course I am following, I will keep following that. But the thing is that they are not teaching how to use WebRTC. That simply means I will have to use my own hand. Forget about this. My own way to just simply get the WebRTC implemented over there. WhatsApp clone is Spring Boot Angular. Not even this one, and I'm not using Spring Boot. Google Docs clone. Ultimate WebRTC. I know WebRTC, but haven't really created any application using WebRTC. It's like I have the knowledge and that's it. Discord clone. Turns out it's action time. I will follow this course. It is not complete. Keep that particular thing in mind. That simply means by the time, even if I complete this course, I'm just simply making the calls. Not even calls, they are the demo calls. That's it. They are not the real calls. So I will be making the demo calls using the web art kind of socket.io. That's it, nothing else. Now from this course onwards, I will have to handle everything on my own. I thought it was completed, but it is not completed, even if it is 21 hours long and all. That means as I'm working on this project, I will have to work on a side project that actually uses WebRTC to make video calls, so that by the time this project gets done, I know exactly how to use WebRTC, that I already know the theory part to make video calls, and then I will be using that particular knowledge to just continue with this challenge, because once the challenge started, it's never gonna over. But at least in this course, I will actually get a good UI stuff. So the UI part is amazing. The socket.io, the way he has actually handled the things, they are amazing. The only thing is that is missing, that he hasn't covered WebRTC at all. That is the section that I will have to cover from my own side. Not a problem, we'll do it together. Let's close everything really bad. I mean, just right now I came to know, like I just thought of let's have a look at the end project. And one more thing, I have the end project as well, front end as well as back end. So let me even show that to you, whether how many things are actually added over there or not. Just a second, give me a moment. Alrighty, so where do I have that? I must have it here, right in my notes. I hope you are able to see the yeah, you are able to see. So if I go to my notes right now, of course this is here. Software, not WebRTC. What am I covering right now? WhatsApp clone, right? So projects, WhatsApp clone. Over here I have this front end and back end code, and when it comes to the code of the back end, let's simply check this thing out. So over here, if I actually go to the source, and after going to the source, I have app.js here, and after that helmet, okay, forget about all these things. This is the error handling part. API routes, there's gonna be the only one routes. If I go to routes right now, and then index.js, ultimately auth route, user route, just a sec, index.js, conversation routes, message routes, user routes, auth routes, and then I'm just simply exporting the router from here. Let's talk about the conversation routes. I'm using socket.io. How is that being used here? That is something I will have to figure out. So socket server.js, how is this being implemented over here? So online users socket IO, and I'm just simply exporting this particular function from here, and socket.on join user and all. This is how it's just simply being used inside index.js. Then I should be having that. I must have implemented it somewhere, because without implementing it, how is this even going to be used? So SIGTERM is here. Okay, fine. Connection. Okay, here it is actually implemented. That's what I was thinking. So what am I doing over here? So I'm just simply getting from socket server.js. Do I have it here in the current directory? This is the one. From here I'm actually exporting this function from here, socket and IO. It just simply gets the socket as well as the IO, and then socket.on join if I'm joining it, and then user will come, socket.join user, online users, IO.emit and all. Socket.on disconnector, it will be just simply disconnecting, join conversation, send messages, typing. Okay, these things are pretty much fine, not really quite difficult ones. That means they can be understood easily. But the thing is that everything is being transmitted, or you are just simply letting other user know using the socket.io only. Everything calling is happening using socket.io. That simply means that is not the calling, that is just simply the changes in the UI. You are just simply changing the stuff on the go. That's all. Okay, so once this particular function is actually ready here, and if I go to index.js, so I got my socket server, and once I have my socket server, so what am I doing here? Mongoose, fine, and then IO is gonna be equal to new server. This is the server that it's using. It simply means that your HTTP server and then this socket.io, they are running on the same server. That's fine. Ping out time and origin is gonna be this. Okay, fine. IO.on connection whenever the connection is ready. So socket server, this will be called, and over here I'm just simply gonna be sending the socket and IO. Where is this coming from? IO is gonna be this input socket IO. Okay, so IO, what is the full form? I'm not sure, because so far I have been using WebSocket, pure WebSocket, to just get the things done. And in the pure WebSocket, you just need to handle two things. There is gonna be a server WebSocket, so WebSocket server, and there's gonna be WebSocket client. If once they have both of them have the same address, they are going to be connected. Then using WebSocket from the client side, you can just simply send the request, and using a WebSocket again from the server side, you can send the request back there. And the same way it must be working. So socket.io is actually built on top of WebSocket. So I know the most basic thing. Now socket.io is actually built on top of that. So it's gonna be easy to understand. Like, it's understandable. Using this, I'm just simply getting input output, and after that I hope the full form is that, so IO, and after that I'm just simply listening to the connection event once it gets connected, and after that I'm just simply passing everything to the socket server, and once the socket server actually receives all these things, it just simply continues with this stuff. So it's quite understandable, not a difficult thing. But what is exactly happening over there, that is something I will have to take care of. So where was I? Somewhere, not here, over here. And inside my socket server over here, what is happening? First of all, you will be getting socket, you will be getting IO, and socket.on, the type can be join, and you will be getting the user information over here. The type can be disconnect, you will be getting it. The thing is that the type is automatically sent from the client side. This is quite interesting, if I'm not wrong. That when I was using WebSocket, pure WebSocket, at that time I was sending the type from my on side. If I'm not wrong, what is happening over here, that you can just directly listen to that particular type, and then you can get the stuff done. The same way I'm listening to the disconnect over here. Join conversation is just being done the same way. Send message, I will be going to the front end side and checking this particular thing. But as I can see the things over here, kind of I'm directly getting that particular event here, whatever the type I set from the front end side, and then on the basis of that thing, I'm just simply getting the stuff done. Apart from this particular thing, I have got to emit. And not only that, you can directly specify over here that this is the user that you want to send the event, and this is the message that you want to emit. Interesting, quite interesting. But before that, I have to make sure whether from the front end side, what exactly am I sending. So this is gonna be the code of the front end actually. Let's see this particular stuff as well. So from the front end side, I am using socket.io. So whenever I'm making the pages, context components, app, Okay, forget about the app. Oh, hey, one more thing. What all am I using inside the app? Inside the app, I will have persisted data, right? Dev tools. It's exactly the same. I'm gonna be having two things over here. Inside the root reducer, I have only one so far. Then there's gonna be the chat reducer too. But okay, not the primary topic right now. Inside the components, I will have chat or sidebar. Let's talk about the chat. I can understand it. I know that. At least this much confidence I have. Doesn't matter what who wrote the code. I'm gonna be going there and understanding this stuff. Actions. They have created the action differently. Server action. They are not using kind of Next.js, so they cannot be server actions. So I just got confused. Like, is it server action? But they are using React, so there is no server action on React. So there are different type of actions that they are just simply handing over here. But call for making calls, what I'm doing, call.jsx, call action, area, call times, call header, call ringing, call actions. What all are my call actions? So this is gonna be the one. Button, video call. Okay, this is gonna be the main part, right? List, button secondary, end call. Okay, and this is the function that it has. I mean, it is getting triggered. So it is mainly for ending that. Expand icon, actions. What do I have inside the action? Okay, this is the expanding part. So call actions. So whatever actions you have for the call, that's fine. Apart from this particular thing, you have the call area, whatever the area for the call that you have on WhatsApp. So this is the area that they have, and call times, they will have the time over there. And apart from the time, what else they will have? They will have just some, your name will be there on the top. There is gonna be some remaining space, maybe ringing is going to be written there, and call times is gonna be there. Understandable, right? If you have made any calls on WhatsApp, you must be understanding. Call times, header, ringing, call.jsx. This is gonna be the main part if I'm not wrong. And over here what they are doing, I just wanted to check out the logic, that's it. So header, call area, call actions, user video call, and I should be able to click on the call to make the calls. And suppose the call is made, how am I gonna be ending that? For ending it, it's like I'll actually have to see the real result, a preview of it. It's hard to just directly understand the code. Calling ringtone. Okay, ringing is gonna be the my video. So this is gonna be the stream. Are you sure? So video tag is here. Ref my video, plays in time, muted, autoplay, toggle, on click, set toggle, stream. If stream exists, then I'm gonna be rendering this. How am I getting this stream? Call accepted, call ended, then I'm gonna be just simply showing this. If call actually accepted and not ended, then video, user video, ref is getting the user video, and other things are kind of okay. And how am I getting these things? This call is actually getting the user video, it is actually getting the stream. Where am I using this call? This call, where is this being used? Again, to know all these things, I will have to watch 21-hour long video. I will watch that, that's not even a big problem. But before that, pages, home, login, register, not really, not needed. App.js, what all am I actually getting from here? Turns out I have my socket here. Dispatch, user selector, I'm getting the user information. Token is something that I'm getting from here. Apart from this particular thing, this is where socket is getting implemented. So socket is gonna be the endpoint split, and then this particular stuff. So this is where socket is being configured, it will be connected, and then I'm passing this socket from here as well to socket context provider. This is how socket is used. Wow, I had no idea. I've been just simply using WebSocket so far. So socket.io, how it works and all. Overall it will work the same way, but I'm not aware of the flow right now. Token, home, socket IO, and then navigate. Then the another one is gonna be login, navigate, and register, navigate. So let's go to the home first of all and check out the other stuff. So when it comes to the home, where can I get the home from? So when it comes to this home, so home actually is inside pages. So let's go to the pages right now, pages and home.js, and inside the home, oh my god. Okay, so let's forget about all these things. First of all, socket is actually being implemented over here, and socket is something that I got in the props here. And once I got the socket in the props, after that use effect socket.emit join. Wow, that's what I was talking about, that from the client side you are just simply directly emitting that particular type. Once you are emitting that particular type from the client side, that simply means you can just listen for this particular type on the server side and it will directly work. Kind of it has done the most of the part, because if you were using pure WebSocket, so you had to just send the type and just handle that thing manually, but over here it handles the type automatically. But let's do one thing, let's go to ChatGPT. Here it is. Difference between socket.io and WebSocket. Gonna be fun. Great question, because many developers confuse these two. WebSocket and socket.io main difference: WebSocket library uses pure WebSocket protocol, very lightweight and fast. You must handle everything manually. That's what I was saying, that you have to handle everything manually. Reconnect rooms, broadcasting, authentication, logic and fallback, etc. Best when you want full control and simple real-time features. Fine. Socket.io, not pure WebSocket only. It uses WebSocket plus fallback. Provides many built-in features: auto reconnect, rooms, namespace, broadcasting, event system acknowledgements, middleware support, fallback to polling if a WebSocket fails. So best for real apps like chat app. Okay. Comparison, fine. Scaling, event, middleware, broadcasting, rooms, etc. Which is better for WhatsApp clone? Socket.io is better, because WhatsApp for features need typing status in delivered groups, message, room, connect, etc. So when to use WebSocket? You want a very low level WebSocket, building a custom protocol, gaming, trading apps, etc. Final. WebSocket plus extra powerful features. WebSocket pure. Does socket.io handle type related stuff directly? Not directly TypeScript magic, not TypeScript magic, but socket is very event based. Type in the sense, if I want to join the room, then type is going to be join. In WebSocket we have to send it manually. What about in socket.io? Got you. So you mean message type like this? Yeah, that's fine. Yes, you must manually send a type webs and manually check it. In socket.io you don't need type field at all, because socket.io already works with event names. So instead of this, client.on emit join room and this, and then you can just simply listen for. That's what I was saying, that you can just directly emit that particular type and you can just simply listen for that particular type, kind of the event on the server side. Wow. And what happens in the WebRTC section, WebSocket section, you have to send the type specifically, and once the type is sent, then you will be sending it like this actually, and after that you will be getting the type in the data, and you will be checking the type. If the type is equals to actually join, after that you will be just getting the job done. Whatever the logic you have to write, you can write in that particular section. But when it comes to socket.io, most of the things are handled. Your type related stuff, event related stuff is handled. So if you want to join the room, you have to just simply emit it, and you have to just simply kind of sending the room ID, and over here you will be listening for that particular event. You will be getting the room ID directly. So whatever you will send from here, you will be getting it here directly, and then you can just get the stuff done. So socket.join room, what it does, maybe I hope this is not the a socket.join and the room ID. Maybe this is something I will have to create on my own, like create kind of a function, but okay, fine. Socket.on, and what is this IO? I need input output or what? A join room socket, fine. Conclusion, fine. So far so good, but the thing is that going through this course I will have learned about all these things. One thing I wanted to be sure about, ki from the front end side they're just simply using the socket.io, and using socket.io they are just simply letting the backend know, and using socket.io they are just simply sending the request bi-directional to two users, and that is how the things are actually getting changed on the UI section side. But as for the real WebRTC calling app, at least so far things haven't been implemented in that particular course. That simply means I have to do it on my own. Alrighty, that simply means I will have to learn, I will have to start working on another application that simply directly uses WebRTC. So it's like I'm gonna be having two things at a time: WhatsApp clone, WebRTC section, managing both of them. Let's do it like this. The goal is that I'm gonna be giving it 5 hours daily, right? 5 hours to this WhatsApp project. So this from now onwards it's gonna be a bit different. This WhatsApp clone will be getting 2.5 hours, because you know I will have to work on the WebRTC section, and the another part, this WebRTC part only, so that I am actually able to just apply that. It will be getting 2.5 hours, and this is how 5 hours are gonna be completed. As for the timing right now, I have 1.5 hour remaining. That simply means for 1.5 hour I will be working on this particular project. So how many things have I covered? Let's cover some more things inside this WhatsApp clone, and after that I will be moving to the section of WebRTC, because I need to learn that, right? So let's continue from here on. Quite interesting. What, you can't even see that? Forget about that. I didn't really share the screen, never mind. And this is how I'm saying, I just wrote this particular stuff over here, that so far I've been giving it 5 hours, then the time is going to be actually divided, nothing else. But it will be ready anyhow. Having said that, let's continue, and I will not be able to speak right now. Music will be played and we'll continue from here on. Alright everybody, so here we are. Mainly when it comes to the authentication on the backend side, that is done, and from tomorrow onwards we will actually start working on the authentication part on the front end side. And so far things are pretty much easy peasy, and ultimately when it comes to authentication, so inside routes what I have, if I just try to summarize everything in the shortest manner, then inside the app I have just only one route, that is the routes, and this particular route that I have inside index.js, this is the route mainly I'm talking about. Just a minute, let me show you that well first of all. So this is the index.js file that I have, that is ultimately exporting the route, and this route has the auth routes. Similarly I will have many routes in the further coming days, but when it comes to this auth route, so it has many routes inside it. It has the register route, login route, logout, right? Refresh token, it will just simply provide me the access token, so this will be used for that, and this is the another route just for testing purpose. So I can say just I can have a comment over here, testing middleware route, that's it. So I will be deleting it in the future. It was mainly used for testing whether how the auth middleware actually works and all. And apart from this particular thing, these are the 4 routes that I actually have. And first of all, I'm registering the user. Again, the simple thing is actually happening, normal checking in the DB whether the user exists or not, and then simply hashing the password. Once the password is actually hashed, creating the access token and a refresh token, even saving the refresh token in the cookie and all. And one more thing, we are not really saving the refresh token in the database. That is actually one of the options that we could have gone with, but we are actually saving the refresh token directly in the cookie. Let's see how it's actually going to be implemented in future. I still have doubt about access token and refresh token. I actually want to see the exact flow, how they work together, and once I know that, then I will be able to think further that this could be another way to, right? So the same way login is being done, kind of the normal logic is that there. When it comes to logout, so for logging out, I'm just simply clearing the cookie, as simple as that. And when it comes to refresh token, for getting the refresh token, first of all I get the refresh token, okay, and this refresh token actually returns the access token. So the question is that how will I get the access token? And it's pretty simple. As soon as you make a request over here to this particular route, you will create a new access token and you will send that particular access token to the user. So altogether a new access token is going to be created, and that's what I'm doing over here. Ultimately this is the logic that is actually responsible for creating the access token. Once the access token is actually created, I'm just simply sending everything to the user. So far these are the things that are covered. So it's not like I have any problem with the logic side. There's only one thing that is kind of I have doubt in that. That is the real flow of access token and refresh token. I am going to know more about that, so that in future I know how they work together. And especially in this particular section, because if I know refresh token is used for creating the access token, that is fine. But right now I'm actually saving the refresh token on the client side in the cookie, and that refresh token could have been saved in the database as well, if I'm not wrong. I'm just simply guessing right now, so don't take anything seriously, but let's see what's gonna happen in the future. Okay, apart from this particular thing, nothing else. I just created the model. This is the user model that I have, and inside the user model there is just name, email, picture, status. One more thing, the important thing is here is this validator. So when it comes to validating the email, so I'm using this validator function. So this is again package that I installed. That package is directly used for validating the stuff and all. And if it is true, validate is true, that simply means I don't need to worry about anything. If it is false, ultimately validator.isEmail simply validates it, and again Mongoose handles it on its own side. If it is not the right email, I will be just simply rendering this particular message, kind of sending this message that please provide the right email address and all. And apart from this particular thing, there's really nothing special that I've done here, nothing else. One more thing, this collection users. So by default, because whatever name you just mentioned over here, so whatever name is mentioned, user model I have mentioned over here. So whatever name you mention inside the user model, kind of the plural form in of that particular name gets saved in the DB. Right now it is not user. So by default, usually so far I used to have user over here, and then it gets converted into small letters in the database. It happens, so it gets converted into small letters, and that too in the plural form. And this is the name that I get in the DB side, database side. But right now this is the user model right here by default. So I'm just simply giving it a collection name manually. This should be the name of the my collection that is going to be created on the database side. Again, I will be even checking this particular thing, that if I remove it from here, then what would be the name of my database? Will it be user models, something like that? Again, this is something I need to do a practical step. So check what happens. I will be checking it tomorrow. Check what happens when you don't use the collection name. Like I've used it over here, that users, right? That is why I'm getting that name. If I were not using it, who knows what will happen. I will be checking this particular thing as well. And then middleware, I just have this auth middleware controllers. You already know about that. Logger will be used for logging the values and all. And services, there are few services, auth related services. First of this one is for creating the user, this one is for finding the user and all. And when it comes to the token, I'm generating the token and I'm verifying the token. These are just normal functions that do the job. And inside the utilities I have for signing in, because of course when we are creating the creating the token, we need to sign the token, right? And when we are verifying the token, so we need to verify it. We can verify the token using jwt.verify. Everything is just the kind of same. You could have done these things directly verifying it. And over here many functions have been created. That doesn't really make any difference. Ultimately things are the same. That's all, and there's really nothing else inside this. So this has all been about the backend part. Now from tomorrow onwards I will actually start working on the front end section. We will be creating the UI part just like WhatsApp, and then this is how things are gonna be happening. Having said that, I need to learn about WebRTC, how we actually make video calls, so that by the time I complete this course I already have the knowledge of WebRTC, because I will be using the functionality. I will be like implementing the functionality of video call, so that we are actually able to talk to the people. So it should be like a real WhatsApp like project, a really one. So I will give my all. I will make it exactly. I will add all the features. Even I will create the mobile app of WhatsApp. Why not? But I know these things are gonna be taking time, a lot of time, but I will do that anyhow. By the way, that was it for now. I'm gonna be having some food and all. I mean, kind of dinner. I'm gonna be having that. And after that I'll be back, and I will learn the things about either I will start learning the things about DevOps, but WebRTC section is still remaining, so I may be going through the WebRTC section. And from tomorrow onwards I'll make sure that I'm giving more time, because this much time is not at all enough. So this is how the things are gonna be going on. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Take care.